Welcome back, guys. I know it's been a while. I say that every time. I know these videos take a while. Thanks for sticking with me. I know other channels are much quicker with it. You know, as Anthony Fantano says, he's the internet's busiest music nerd. Well, I might just be the most non-punctual music nerd out there. Because I know I said I was going to do I already did my top 10 albums of 2024, and I said I was going to do a part 2 to that, which was the next 10, you know, 11 through 20, if you will, and I just haven't got around to that. I've been busy with my son's channel and just life in general. So I got a little time now. I'm going to try to get through that. I wrote this back... It's been about a month or two now, so let's see if we can run through this. I'm going to try to keep it as brief as possible. And I didn't forget about the 10 best verses of 2024. Well, my favorite verses of 2024. I'll try to get to that as well. All right, well, let's get into my list. I don't know what you would call it. Top 10 part 2, 11 through 20, parentheses. Yeah, let's go. So coming in at number 20 is the highly energetic and nostalgic duo Joey Valence and BRAE with their album titled No Hands. Think Beastie Boys meets Wu-Tang, all bangers, all the time. Throw that shit on at the gym or anytime you need to just get up and go. Moving on to my number 19 album, we have up-and-coming metal act VENDED with their self-titled album VENDED. I did do an album review of that. Go check that out. I think it was a quick review or something. This album is brutal from start to finish. Doesn't waste any time getting there. I can't wait to see what they do next. Also, like I said, go check out my quick review of that album. Moving on to number 18 is an album called In Due Time by the super lyrical rapper named KAAN. That's KAAN. Now I have a love and hate relationship with this music. I've been there from the jump, and he just puts out so much music. It's a lot to digest, and a lot of it just doesn't hit me the way I wish it would, being such a big fan. But when I saw he was linking up with DJ Hoppa, underground producer, for an album, I was instantly excited. They did drop the first one, and it was cool. But then they dropped this second one, which was right up my alley. The bars were on point throughout. The beats are banging. Stay Blessed is absolutely fire. KAAN is rapping just the way I like him to rap, just nonstop. If you want something to get your rap shit on, definitely check this one out. Now moving on to number 17, we got Moldovan metal outfit Infected Rain. Now Infected Rain is fronted by a female vocalist named Lena Scissorhands. Lena Scissorhands. I don't know why I can't talk. She is front and center on every single track. The vocals she delivers throughout this thing are super impressive. She does this thing where she kind of sucks you in with her singing, like on some hocus pocus type shit. Then she'll just cast a curse on you with her absolutely devilish growls. It's just crazy. The band is no slouch either. You'll be headbanging like crazy. I guarantee it. Check that one out. Now, number 16 on the list is Venezuelan rapper EMILIO Rojas with his album It Always Gets Better. Go check out my album review on that. Now, this was some classic boom bap New York rap type shit. EMILIO always does a great job with bringing you into his life and make you see everything that he's spitting. This is one of my favorite projects by him, and I think there's plenty of substance on here that just kept me going back all year. Number 15 is an album from one of my personal favorite rappers, LUPE Fiasco. And that was only a matter of time before LUPE dropped an album called Samurai, or, you know, a song, or just anything samurai related, and goddamn it, he did that in 2024. Now this was a nice return to form for LUPE Fiasco. He's known for being super lyrical and concept heavy, and he checked both of those boxes on this project. This album is actually based off an Amy Winehouse quote where she said she had written a bunch of battle raps. So LUPE decided to imagine what that would be like. And on the opening track, he sings her quote, I got these really neat, very beautifully alliterated battle raps for you, so come on through. It's crazy shit, man. And I just love the album. Now, number 14 is a West Coast legend and innovator, Vince Staples. You never really know what to expect this dude, but you know it's going to be good, some high quality shit. Vince came through with the sort of lo-fi West Coast introspective album on this one. Heavy vibes, really low vocals, full of plenty of introspective quotables and bars for you to just chew on. Now, this project might be his best album in my opinion, so go give that one a listen. Alright, so number 13 is an album from one of the most underrated and slept on rappers in the game, and that man is Dave East. Dave's albums for me are usually a real treat as a hip hop fan. Dave keeps the dopest beats and always stays true to himself and his bars. And man, does he know how to craft some slaps. It's always hard to make it through without repeating every other song 10 times before moving on, and this is definitely one of those. Shout out to Mike and Keys on the production. Me Versus Me and Out the Way go super hard, and that beat on Can't Even Know is absolutely heavenly. Super dope album, and many of those to find in his catalog. Now moving on to album number 12, we're going to give this one some heavy shit. The type of shit that just scares my wife to death. Death metal outfit Left to Suffer dropped their album called Leap of Death. Now I know I said death metal, but that's not all you'll hear on this album. They took plenty of risks on this one when it came to blending genres and sounds, and I'd say for the most part it paid off. Several standout cuts on this one. Lost in the Dark is just insane. Slow Talk, The Medicine, Give Them Death is the fucking anthem. So definitely check this one out if you're into some scary, screamy type shit. Alright, now number 11 on my list is some grown man shit and some real fucking hip hop. Excuse my language. Ex-Slaughterhouse Bronx MC JOELL ORTIZ linked up with the Heatmakers for one of his most mature projects yet, and I just love that kind of stuff. He speaks on his family and on his legacy. It still comes with knowledge and with the punchlines on this shit. The title track with Styles P and Poet Ali is something that should just be celebrated, especially coming from these two at this point in their career. This album really was a highlight for me this year when it came out, and I hated to put it at number 11, but there was a really tough top 10 this year. So yeah, number 11 it is. It is that good. Check it out. So now after that, I guess I'm going to do some quick mentions. Most of these are really short projects or stuff I just didn't get to spend too much time with, but are still very worth mentioning. On the aggressive side, we have a new band called Throne with their debut album, Excessive Guilt. An absolute rage fest for about 30 minutes. Next is Ohio metalcore band The Plottin' You. Now, The Plottin' You really upped their game with their Volume 1 through 3 series this year. Next up is longtime Doomtree collaborators and now punk hip-hop collective Shredders released 2 EPs called Close Cuts and Serious Dudes. Check those out. Seriously, dudes. Next, we have one of my favorite up-and-coming MCs, Marlon Craft, with The Long Game, which is a collection of songs he put out over the year. Bad Man is an absolutely amazing song. Check out my video reaction for that. And Method Man drops one of the hardest verses ever on there. And we also have South Korean instrumentalist and producer with his experimental album called Sky 100. That one is really crazy. Never heard anything like that before. Daughter showed me this one. It was very cool, kind of shoegazy. And then I got some honorable mentions. Just the whole TDE family. DOECHI released Alligator Bites Never Heal. Absol released Soul Burger. I think Schoolboy Q released his album. God, what was that one called? I don't know. Blue Lips or something. Maybe that was last year. Go check those out. On top of that, I think EMINENCE re-recorded their debut album and put that out. Check that out. And then a final recommendation, a band called Good Terms dropped an album like right at the end of the year, and I didn't find it till this year, but I've really been enjoying that. Go check that one out. Yeah, I think that's all I got. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I'll get to my top 10 favorite verses of 2024. If not, I'll probably just move into more album reviews. So yeah, like and subscribe. Go check out my son's page, Evanzilla. Thanks again, guys, for sticking with me. I know it takes a long time, but I'm not going to give it up, I don't think. So yeah, see you guys later. Peace out.